Just a quick thank you to some newer patrons, Fina, Kayla, Jane, Elaine, Chris, and Lords. Thank you guys so much. And to all my patrons, I really appreciate the support. Thank you. All right, so for a while now, you may or may not have noticed a few stacks of books like the one behind me in a few of my videos. And the reason why is because I've been fortunate enough to receive gifts from subscribers and friends for Christmas as well as my birthday, and I wanted to share those with you today. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Theo. Thanks for hanging out with me. This is a book haul today, and this is all of the books that I got for Christmas and my birthday. Christmas has come and gone. My birthday is January 26th, and I was lucky enough to receive a bunch of books. I didn't really get books from my family. We were away for Christmas and New Year's, so we didn't really do a gift exchange. We kind of opted out because Disney World is expensive. So all the books that you see behind me are actually gifts from people, friends, subscribers, patrons, fellow booktubers, whatever. All right, the first two are from a really good friend of mine, Ryan Gibson at RJ Reads. I really appreciate this guy. We've become fast friends, and he's a co-runner of the Grimoire Discord. And I really love the guy. So he was nice enough to send me two books, one for, I guess, Christmas, and the other for my birthday, which was super, super gracious of the guy. The first one is The Art of Prophecy. And I want to show you guys this cover because it's absolutely magnificent. And what I'll do is I'll also throw in maybe some shots of the inside. Well, maybe I'll just show you right now. I'll show you the colored map on the inside, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I believe the back cover has the same. This one, I really don't know much about. All I know is that cover is awesome, and it's Asian inspired, it's martial artsy, it's fantasy, it has blurbs from Naomi Novik, Robert Jackson Bennett, Terry Brooks, Robin Hobb. What? I actually gifted this one because it's so beautiful and it was on a friend of mine's list. I gifted this to someone else, and immediately I was like, I should buy this for myself. And not too long after, RJ sent me this one. So thank you so much, buddy. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to go too deep into what these books are about. If you're curious, you can Google them or look at Goodreads or whatever. I want to go in pretty much blind to all of these, but if I have a little bit that I can give you, a little bit of a flavor of maybe what the book's about, I'll let you know. But this one, honestly, don't know too much about it. All I know, Asian inspired, martial artsy, fantasy. That's the vibe that I get. And I'm super excited to try this one. RJ also sent me the sequel to a book that I want to read and I will be reading in the next probably couple months. And that was The Coward by Stephen Arion. And he got me The Warrior. It's been on my list for a while. I've been meaning to get to The Coward a lot quicker than I've been able to. This is the sequel to it. The Coward, I guess, is about somebody who ends up, being part of this crew that slays this monster that's been attacking this village. And I guess he's the only survivor. He has survivor's guilt. He's a very reluctant hero, really didn't do much and didn't want to be part of that. But the stories told about him tell a very different tale about his, valor in that scenario. And he's like, I didn't really go down that way. So it's a unique story, unique fantasy, quest, maybe adventure fantasy. I'm not exactly sure where it lies, but yeah, I'm very excited to try that one. It's short. I've heard good things. They have special editions of these now. These covers are honestly beautiful in and of themselves. I really like this one. And The Coward has a nice blue, like purple to it. And yeah, eventually I'll read this one. I'm probably going to read The Coward in the next couple months. And I would assume because they're short and I bet you they're very fast paced, I'm going to jump to The Warrior pretty quick after. The next one on this list is one that the second book is actually really difficult to find. I haven't been able to find it, and I do have the first one. And this is a series that's been on my list for a while now. All my friends rave about it. This is The Dandelion Dynasty by Ken Liu. This is the third book, generously gifted to me by my good friend Joanna. I love you, Joanna. You're awesome. I really appreciate this. She even said she tried to find book 2 and she couldn't. She said, hopefully book 3 looks good on the shelf. So by the time you read this, maybe you will have tracked down book 2 as well. So thank you so much for the thought. I really appreciate it. I do have Grace of Kings behind me and I've been wanting to get to it for some time. I'm going to make that a priority probably later this year. I'll read Grace of Kings and hopefully be able to track down book 2 because they're going to look nice on the shelf. I really like these covers. I read The Paper Menagerie by Ken Liu, the actual short story, not the collection, and I loved it. So very curious to try this. Joanna, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I forgot I was actually going to start with this book because I'm reading it right now. I'm about halfway through. I'm flying through this book because it's a reread. I'm reading it with some friends of mine. It's purely nostalgia. It takes me right back. This is one of the most magical, memorable books you'll ever read in your life. This is, of course, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's or Philosopher's Stone, depending on where you live, by J.K. Rowling. This is Harry Potter book 1. I'll just get a little close up there. This is the illustrated edition. It's absolutely stunning, you guys. I mean, look, there's like the Hogwarts Express, there's the owls and stuff, beautiful pictures. And again, this is the illustrated edition. So inside you have incredible artwork. Maybe I'll try and show you a couple pictures. Here's Harry with this patched up sorting hat. Looks super, super cool. I love the take. I love the art style. It all just looks incredible. Look, here we have nearly headless Nick floating around, ghosting around Hogwarts. Really, really cool. This was gifted to me by one of my book besties, Medic. I really appreciate you, buddy. Getting to know you over the last couple of years has been a huge honor and pleasure. I really appreciate this gift, and it really makes me want to go ahead and collect the rest of them as I read through the books. So I guess thank you for this, but also for making me spend more of my money. Cool. The next one was sent to me for my birthday by someone who I love and adore on BookTube. Her name is Tori from Tori Talks. If you don't know her channel, I'll leave a link to it in the description because she's awesome. And this is Panacea. I don't know how to say it, but I added this to my list not that long ago because I get crazy Greek fantasy vibes from this. You have this like hoplite soldier, Spartan soldier, whatever. And then you have like a Minotaur over here and it's just awesome. I mean, it looks really, really cool. I've read the blurb. I'll give you a little. It says they are exiled, the banished, the ruined gods. I won't read the whole back right now, but I do get like Greek or like God of War fantasy vibes from this. So I'm really excited to try this. I don't know too much more about it. I know Tori is really enjoying it. She's either reading it right now or just finished it. And she says, I'll probably like it. So she jumped on this one and bought this for me. So I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'll let you know what I think. I think this is self-published by Alex Robbins. So yeah, cover's awesome. The vibe is there. It's exactly kind of what I've been looking for a while. I haven't really reached for something like this in a minute, but yeah, I've been playing God of War. And if this is anything like that game or gives me the same sort of aesthetic or vibe or whatever, I'm going to be super happy. All right. Next we have a book that was sent to me for Christmas by a lovely friend of mine and subscriber and patron, actually, Jane. I really appreciate this. This is We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. I know Mike from Mike's Book Reviews is currently reading this and is really enjoying this. I've heard, or I've seen some people in different chats talking about this, saying it's actually very gruesome, very dark, grimdark, gory, I think. And I've seen a lot of people talk about this. I know Patrick Leo's talked about it. The brothers Gwyn have talked about this, and everyone seems to really enjoy it. So I added this to my list a while back. I've heard some people draw the comparison, and I think the brothers Gwyn have Joe Abercrombie influence, David Gemmell, Peter McLean. Peter McLean actually has a blurb on here. He's the author of Priest of Bones, and he says Tarantino crossed with David Gemmell. Like, what? Are you kidding? Like, this just seems awesome. I don't know too much about it, and I didn't want to dig into it because it is a series. So I might just look at some reviews and refresh my memory as to kind of what the gist is with this one. But I remember really wanting to read it, adding it to my TBR enthusiastically, and just not being able to get to it. So Jane, I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. Again, We Are the Dead by Mike Shackle. Really cool cover. Can't wait to get to it. Can't wait to rewatch some reviews and stuff and hear Mike's thoughts about it too. So thank you so much. Speaking of David Gemmell, Matt on Books, my German Aussie BookTube buddy. I really appreciate you, man. You sent me Legend by David Gemmell. This is actually a really nice, classy copy of it. I've been wanting to read this for a while. I have Legend of Druss behind me, kind of a first edition hardback, which is, I think, like a prequel or whatever, but this is really where a lot of people want to start. I know my good friend Josh from Red Fury Books just read David Gemmell for the first time ever, starting with Legend, and he absolutely adored it. He posted on Twitter, I just added 30 books to my TBR because I want to read everything that David Gemmell has written. So that is, I mean, huge praise from someone who I trust and someone who, you know, I respect his taste, and he's so widely read, particularly in fantasy as well. So I can't wait to get to this one. This is obviously where we'll start. This is the Legend of Druss, Draenei series or whatever, and I can't wait to get to this one. So Matt, Thank you so much. I'm going to leave all these people's channels, if they have one, down in the description below. Please go show them some love because they've been so generous to me. And yeah, I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you for this one. Can't wait to get to Gemmell. This one I've actually shown, I think, in an old haul, but because it was a gift, I thought I'd include it here as well. This was gifted to me by a wonderful friend of mine and patron and subscriber, obviously, Steph. I really appreciate it. This is the Maleficent 7 by Cameron Johnson. I'll just do a quick close-up of the cover because it's super gangster. And this one, honestly, again, I don't know too much about it. I remember reading that it was very much adventure, warrior, fast-paced action fantasy. So I got kind of martial arts vibes from it. I got anything with swords and action and fighting and, you know, flames and battles and explosions and magic. I'm here for. So I thought I'd take a bit of not a chance, but I thought I'd expand a little bit. I think this is self-published. I just threw it on the list because I heard people liked it. And so, yeah, whenever I get to it, I'll get to it. This one says, visceral and gripping fantasy, horribly and hugely enjoyable. Like Kings of the Wild smushed together with Suicide Squad into a glorious, gory, sweary melee. I can't wait. This seems like a really good time and a little bit of a deviation from the more serious fantasy that I still will be reading throughout the year. So I can't wait to get to this one. Beautiful cover, beautiful book from a beautiful friend. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Steph. I just mentioned Josh from Red Fury Books, and for my birthday, he was kind enough to send me book 2 in the 5 Warrior Angels by Brian Lee Durfee. This is The Blackest Heart. I just put The Forgetting Moon by Brian Lee Durfee on my 5-star prediction video for the first half of 2023. I'm going to be getting to this one sooner than later. You guys, this is a very heavy book. I keep bouncing between hands. Yeah, I can't wait to read this series. I've heard a lot of really good things. Very grimdark fantasy. It handles a lot of tropes really well. There's prophecies in here and good and evil, angels, demons, blah, blah, blah. I cannot wait to read this one. I've heard his writing is really impressive. There's in-world religious texts in here that are very, very impressive. I don't know. I'm very curious to see how Brian Lee Durfee writes because I've watched his YouTube channel for a while. He's immensely entertaining. He's just a good guy and can't wait to try these. So I have book 3 either on its way, or at least I've been meaning to go out and buy it. I think I ordered it, but I can't remember. So books 1 and 2 will keep me going for a bit. Hopefully I enjoy them, and I'll get the 3rd one at some point to support Brian Lee Durfee, but also because I don't know, I have a good feeling that these are going to be, really enjoyable for me, and I'll probably want them on the shelf. So yeah, I can't wait to get to this one. Josh, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. And all the best for 2023. Thanks. This is a book that I bought for myself and it made its way into that pile. So now I'm going to talk about it. This is The Mask of Mirrors by M.A. Carrick. I've heard a ton of buzz around this book for a while now, and I've been meaning to pick it up. I was super intrigued by the cover and like the blurb. Maybe I'll read it for you right now. It says, Ren is a con artist who has come to the sparkling city of Nadezra with one goal: to trick her way into a noble house, securing her fortune and her sister's future. But her masquerade is just one of many, and as corrupt nightmare magic begins to weave its way through the city of dreams, the poisonous feuds of its nobility and the shadowy dangers of its impoverished underbelly become tangled, with Ren at their heart. I don't know, I get like assassin, con artist, underbelly, back alley, kind of almost like Nevernight-y mixed with City of Brass, maybe like vibes from this one. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm going to get into, but I've heard a lot of people like give this thing a lot of praise. So yeah, the cover's super cool. It was a wonderful gift from myself to myself. We will see how this one goes. It's not, it's 600 pages. So we'll see. I'll read this eventually, and thank you, me. All right, the next book was from a friend of mine and subscriber, but also fellow booktuber. She's awesome. This is Venus from Venus Escapes to Read. She sent me The Justice of Kings by Richard Swan. I've been seeing a ton about this everywhere. I'm not sure if Tyranny of Faith is out or not yet. I can't remember. I thought I heard people reading about that, but maybe that was an arc. I'm not exactly sure, but people have really, really enjoyed this one. And I remember when it came out, I heard a lot of buzz about it, and I was like, I should pick that up, but I didn't. So I'm glad I got this as a gift because it's going to push me to read it. And now, after reading Game of Thrones, at least the first book, and really enjoying it, I do get kind of medieval fantasy vibes from this. Court and politics and castles and knights and swords and armor and all that kind of stuff. There's probably a lot of drama going on. I didn't really know I liked that as much as I do. So if this is anything anything like that, I think it's going to be a fun ride. I really appreciate it. The cover is really cool. And again, I don't remember if Tyranny of Faith is out yet, but if I read this and I really enjoy it, I'll probably go ahead and continue with Richard Swan. So I appreciate it, Venus. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the support. Again, all the links to channels and stuff that I'm mentioning are down below. Go check them out. All right, of course, as soon as I'm editing this video, I get some last minute packages from some friends, and I wanted to make sure I include them. The first one is from Andrew's Wizardly Reads. Andrew, appreciate you, man. He did an excellent review on this. He called it a self-pub gem. Kayla from Kay's Hidden Shelf also did an amazing review on this. This is Aaron S. Jones' Memories of Blood and Shadow. I think it was Andrew's video that made me put this on my list, and I'm excited to try it. I'll read the back because it sounds pretty cool. It says, guilt cuts deeper than the deadliest of blades. Tavar Farwan lives alone past the undying sands. During a violent sandstorm, he is attacked by two young warriors desiring vengeance. Tavar defends himself, killing one of the intruders and leaving the other bleeding on the floor. Weary and filled with regret, Tavar offers to tell the young man his story. A story of how, in a world of Navi kings, Leviathans, and shadow warriors, a poor nomadic orphan rose to inspire a kingdom and kill a god. That sounds really, really awesome and epic. I'm going to go back and watch your non-spoiler review on this to get me hyped again. I've been hearing a lot about this one, and I really want to try it. I'm trying to read more indie authors this year, so I appreciate that. And yeah, hopefully I'll get to it this year. All right, another that came in last minute is from my good friend RJ over at RJ Reads. Ryan, I appreciate it, man. He sent me this amazing bookmark that I love. I'll try and get the camera to focus on it, but it says, let's do this. It says, not meow, I'm reading. If you know me, you know I'm a cat dad, and I appreciate this one. This is hilarious. And what's funny or kind of ironic is I can't really have this around my cat because cats are stupid and he'll just chew this right off. So I do have it in a book that I'm hiding whenever I read it from my cat as we speak. So anyway, thank you so much. I just dropped it. Anyway, I wanted to make sure I thank all of you guys, and let's go ahead and get back to the video. All right, last but not least is a gift from someone that I would consider to be one of my absolute best friends I've made through BookTube. BookTube, online friend, real life friend, absolute sweetheart. You're one of my book besties. You know how much I love and appreciate you. And that is Madison Goodyear from Madison Goodyear. She has an awesome channel. She just passed 2,000 subscribers. Congratulations. You deserve every single one. And you're just so awesome and so thoughtful. So the first book is something that deviates from fiction and fantasy. She got me a cookbook. She got me a really fat, probably really expensive book called Salt, Fat, Acid, and Heat. This is from Samin Nosrat. And I remember watching her documentary. I think it's called the same. I can't remember, but I'm pretty sure it's called Salt, Fat, Acid, and Heat on Netflix. And I was like, God damn, some of these things look so awesome. But I remember seeing that and being like, ooh, like, I wonder if she has a book. And like, I never put this on I don't think I put this on my list. Like, she just knows I like to cook. I love to have a glass of wine and cook. I'm Greek. We're European. That's kind of how we roll. I'm usually home before my wife gets home. So I'm usually the one to start dinner, and I love it. I love cooking. I obviously love eating as well, but that's a whole other problem that we don't have to talk about right now. But yeah, this is a really, thoughtful gift. Madison, I really appreciate it. And it's not just the book, but she also got me some really cool magnetic bookmarks. I'll see if I can focus on that. And they're magnetic. You can just open them up and snap them onto the pages. Super, super cool, really aesthetic. And I can't wait to use them. So I really appreciate that. And last but not least, from Madison, I got these work from home socks. These are my work from home socks. And they actually kind of match my hoodie right now, which was not deliberate. And yeah, super, super cool. I really appreciate it. I'm going to wear these very, very soon. In fact, I was going to wear them today, but I didn't want to take them out of the package because I'm working from home today. And yeah, instead of working, I'm making this video. Whatever, sue me. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. I really appreciate you watching, hanging out with me. If you sent me something, it's never expected. Just know I really appreciate it. I'm always grateful. Thank you so much to all my subscribers and patrons. Channel growth is crazy. I'm not sure why you're here, but thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you like the vibe, go ahead and subscribe. Otherwise, I will see you real soon on the next one.